Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. 1. A snow-dusted dream in the middle of summer it began, as all good Hallmark stories do, with an impossible idea spoken aloud over steaming cocoa only. This time the cocoa was melting ice in a Boston July heat wave. And the impossible idea involved turning one of America's most storied ballparks into a North Pole meets New England wonderland. When Fenway Park's events director, Maggie Sullivan, whispered, "What if we invited all the Hallmark Channel power duos and let them take over the Green Monster for a one-night Christmas spectacular?" Her intern laughed out loud. But Maggie, a lifelong believer in big swings, she'd once proposed a Valentine's Day pet adoption booth on the pitcher's mound. Sent a confident email anyway, subject line, "Christmas in July, let's make it epic." Within days, Hallmark executives answered with their own two-word reply, "Game on." From that moment, Boston's beloved ballpark underwent a transformation no sports writer could ever have predicted. The citadel of Red Sox lore would dance snow-falling projection screens, 12 towering fir trees imported from the Berkshires, and 37,000 strands of fairy lights, one for every seat. Local meteorologists joked that it might actually snow. The city's knit scarf artisans pre-sold inventory. Yet the real alchemy would come from the on-screen pairs whose chemistry had launched 1,000 Christmas kisses. They would now bring that same magic to real life, side by side, center field, beneath the Green Monster's newly installed sleigh bell scoreboard. 2. 6 duos, 12 stories, one night only. Hallmark's publicity team dubbed them the legendary 6. Each pairing had headlined ratings juggernauts and inspired legions of social media shipping hashtags. The promise? Every duo would host one chapter of the evening, unfolding like a live anthology of minisodes music story and heart each tied together by the through line of holiday charity. Viewers at home would watch on Hallmark Plus. Fans in the bleachers would cheer in person, and proceeds from every ticket, kettle corn purchase, and peppermint latte sale would fuel Boston's Project Homefire, a nonprofit that warms under-resourced houses with eco-friendly insulation. For the performers, it also felt like an overdue family reunion. "We've been filming Christmas in summer for a decade," Kevin McGarry told reporters. "Time we're doing summer and Christmas at once while standing on the same grass as Ted Williams." Every Hallmark actor wants that selfie. 3. Decking the Green Monster. An overnight miracle, the build crew arrived at dusk 4 days before the show. They draped the famed 37-foot left field wall in a midnight blue quilt of LED star clusters that twinkled like the northern lights. An army of techs installed invisible snow machines along the upper deck. Stage designers positioned 6 rotating cottage facades, one for each duo, a rolling track that ran from shallow left to deep right. The infield clay was covered by reinforced translucent panels etched with swirling frost art. Beneath them lay sensors primed to illuminate footprints, snow white wherever a performer stepped. "Think of it as smart snow," explained the project's lead engineer, a former Disney Imagineer. Meanwhile, Fenway's concessionaires plotted a special menu: ginger molasses, Fenway Franks, maple glazed popcorn, and candy cane striped lobster rolls. Gimmicky, yes, but instantly Instagrammable. The park's famous organ would be tuned to play Sleigh Ride between choruses of Sweet Caroline. The Hallmark wardrobe team issued a strict dress code. All performers must wear at least one article of classic Red Sox attire styled with holiday flair. Rumor had it that Lacey Chabert planned to bedazzle an official jersey with 3,000 Swarovski crystals. 4. Erin Krakow and Kevin McGarry, a Frontier Christmas Finds home plate first to rehearse, were When Calls the Heart sweethearts Erin Krakow and Kevin McGarry. Their segment, titled Letters from Hope Valley, opened with Krakow's familiar teacherly voice reading a newly scripted story, Elizabeth Thornton bringing her son, Little Jack to his first baseball game at Fenway. No less thanks to Nathan Grant's surprise tickets. As Krakow stepped out of a cottage facade painted like the Hope Valley schoolhouse, she carried a leather-bound journal. McGarry wore a navy cap emblazoned with a Sox B. Mountie uniform replaced by a vintage 1920s Red Sox pitcher's kit dyed Mountie red. They bantered about small-town courage and big city dreams, then led the crowd in a caroling mashup of Take Me Out to the Ball Game and Oh Little Town of Bethlehem. Midway through the set, the smart snow sensors traced heart shapes around their feet, and pre-taped shots of Elizabeth and Nathan strolling a snow-dusted Yawkey Way played across the Jumbotron. The thousands of Hardys in attendance, many sporting homemade Team Nathabeth scarves, roared loud enough to shake the pesky pole. 5. Tyler Hynes and Autumn Reeser banter. Biscuits and Walk-Off Wish is, next, came the dynamic duo from Always Amore and A Picture of Her. Tyler Hynes strode to the makeshift batter's box, wearing suspenders over a holiday green Sox jersey, spatula tucked in his back pocket. Autumn Reeser followed, twirling a rolling pin like a baton. There. Chapter, a recipe for mistletoe magic played out as a live cooking demo at home plate, over a giant cast-iron griddle disguised as an oversized catcher's mitt. They baked balsamic cranberry biscotti, while trading rapid-fire quips, the comedic highlight. Tyler attempted a trick flip, launching a biscuit high above the stage lights. Autumn fielded it with a Red Sox glove, then pirouetted into an exaggerated slow-mo home run trot. The scoreboard lit up with cartoon snowflakes that spelled Baked IT, while confetti cannons released puffs of gingerbread-scented smoke. They concluded by auctioning the first pan of biscotti autographed, course to a front-row season ticket holder for $7,000 toward Project Homefire. The smell of butter and caramelized sugar drifted across the bleachers, rendering half the stadium ravenous. 6. Lacey Chabert Will Kemp. Ballroom blitz beneath the Sitco sign. If there had been a roof, Lacey Chabert and Will Kemp would have blown it off. Their portion, Jingle Bell Foxtrot, reimagined last year's hit Christmas waltz as a pyrotechnic dance-off on the infield diamond. Backed by a 26-piece swing orchestra tucked beside third base, Kemp spun Chabert through rapid-fire foxtrot, cha-cha, and tango sequences, each accented by fireworks timed to downbeats, their shadows stretching across the outfield in looping silhouettes. When Kemp executed a flipping lift that landed Chabert in a perfect arabesque on the pitcher's mound, the crowd shrieked. But the most astonishing moment arrived when the entire infield suddenly glowed icy blue, and the projection screens turned Fenway's grass into a virtual frozen lake. Will removed his dance shoes to reveal figure skate blades. Lacey swapped heels for sparkly skates, yes, concealed inside the mound. With practiced ease, they glided across the ice, tracing cursive Merry Christmas loops visible from the bleachers. For the finale, they skated straight toward the green monster, stopping inches from it just as the wall erupted in a cascade of white lights, simulating shattering ice. People forgot to breathe. 7. Allison Sweeney and Cameron Matheson. Mystery. Mistletoe and monster curves from sizzling ballroom to cozy crime capers. The stage lights dimmed, and a mock detective silhouette appeared over center field. Allison Sweeney, trench coat lined in tinsel, brandished a magnifying glass. Cameron Matheson tipped a newsboy cap trimmed in holly. Their story, Cookie Clues at the Ballpark Bakery, unfolded like a live-action Hannah Swenson mystery. A stolen secret gingerbread recipe led them to interrogate suspects in the Stan season ticket holders planted as actor siege, brandishing suspicious spatulas or chocolate-smeared aprons at the climax. Sweeney discovered Fenway's famous monster curve scoreboard had been replaced by an enormous oven timer counting down to Christmas disaster. She and Matheson raced to solve a final rhyming riddle that directed them to Section 34. Row J, Seat 25, where a 9-year-old fan named Rosie, a Make-A-Wish guest, held the missing recipe card. The timer stopped, confetti snow fell, and Rosie was ushered onto the field to bake the first ceremonial batch of gingerbread in a pop-up kitchen behind second base. While 37,000 fans chanted her name, Sweeney later called it the sweetest case we've cracked. 8. Victor Webster and Brooke Dorsey, an architectural Christmas miracle, because every Hallmark event needs at least one renovation montage. Victor Webster and Brooke Dorsey delivered Blueprints for Joy, a rapid-fire design challenge. Transform Fenway's visitors' dugout into Santa's workshop in under 10 minutes. Cameras beamed their efforts to all 6 jumbo screens. Webster's real-life carpentry prowess, he once built his own kitchen cabinets, became part of the spectacle. Dorsey channeled HGTV energy, unfurling red plaid contact paper across benches while narrating design tips to the crowd. They installed prefab candy cane pillars, a faux fireplace, and rows of toy trains before the clock hit 0. Then, in a twist worthy of a Christmas carousel, the dugout doors slid open to reveal a surprise: 25 Navy sailors home early from deployment, waiting to reunite with their families seated in the stands. Tears flowed freely. Even hardened Fenway security guards sniffled. The reunited families took the field for group embraces as snow machines dusted sailor caps with shimmering flakes. Project Homefire's donation ticker shot up by $200,000 in 5 minutes. 9. Nick